What's good, family, and aloha from Oahu. So before I get into the series of my childhood traumas part 1, I wanted to get through the day. So today is 11 days of 30 days sober. So I got a workout in Waikiki, and since I've been more consistent in the gym to push myself in my workouts, I've implemented my college workouts from football. So after 30 days, I'll see what my transformation looks like, and I'll make a video of what that workout looks like. Afterwards, I stopped in Chinatown to get a bite to eat, and because I am getting back into a vegetarian diet, I have fried noodles and also a couple things that I add to my food to get my daily fiber and proteins, which are chia seeds and flax seeds. As I was eating, there was this Asian man who kept making eye contact with me, which isn't unusual when my tattoos are out. But because I was still hungry, I stopped at a fuzz spot to get more noodles, and that same Asian guy came in and actually approached me. He actually happens to work for a modeling agency, which he gave me his card and he showed me his Instagram and his place of business, and it all checked out. He was like, "Oh, I saw you and didn't want to miss the opportunity to talk because you have a look that I am looking for." He happens to work for a company that chooses a male to represent Hawaii in a New York fashion show and wanted to know if that was something I was interested in. So yeah, we'll see what comes from that. But that's a benefit to staying consistent with workouts. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But the reason I decided to work out in Waikiki is because it's Masina's birthday today. And so I stopped at a spot called Green Island Cheesecake to surprise her with some desserts while she dropped her producer and his partner off at the airport. And it all worked out perfectly. As far as the ups and downs of sobriety, I had 3 cigarettes today, which I'm hoping to kick totally before August. I decided to just take the baby steps needed to make this a lasting change. So I got to be realistic about my coping mechanisms. And I know y'all are like, cigarettes aren't the worst thing to do, but to control my emotions better, nicotine has to go. So it's a process I just want to be transparent about. Now, as far as my childhood, I want to lay out the foundation of my upbringing and then share my earliest memories. So yeah. I have 8 siblings, so there's 9 of us total, and the story of my parents are that they were all come from the same mom and dad, and that's what they're sticking with, which is debatable. All right. What happened? Oh, what's up?
9 siblings too.
Yes. A crazy fact about us is all of us have different zodiac signs, except for the first 2 girls. They're both October Libras, so instead of names, I'll go with their zodiac signs. And the oldest boy is an Aries. The second oldest brother is a Virgo and has the same birthday as... What's up, bro? How's it?
Email?
Huh?
Email?
Huh?
Email?
New?
Email.
Emil?
Yeah.
Who's that?
The one that goes to the food bank?
Oh, I don't know.
Sean. Oh, you should come.
Nah, did you see Manu?
I just came from a car.
Fuck.
I'm looking.
Yeah, so the oldest boy is an Aries. The second oldest brother is a Virgo and was born on the same day as dad. Third and fourth are my Libra sisters, which are not twins, but are a year and 3 days apart. I think the 5th is my Taurus brother, who is 3 days away from mom's birthday. Then it's me, Leo. Then following me is our youngest brother, who is a Sagittarius, and then our Gemini sister, and last but not least, our Cancer baby sister. And the crazy thing about us 9 is, out of all of 9 kids, only 3 of us my mom was able to name, which was the second Libra sister, me, and Gemini. So yeah, I am the only boy my mom was able to name, and she named me obviously after her side of the family, which is after her grandpa, my great, which happened to be a pastor in Samoa for over 50 years. So great grandpa Faifiao Elisara was who I was named after. So yeah, got a lot of shoes to fill. So thanks for the greatness, Mother Bear. But yeah, my mom and dad moved back and forth from American Samoa to Cali when they had all 9 of us. So 4 of us were born in Cali, and the rest, including me, were born in American Samoa. LBJ Hospital, to be exact, baby, which stands for Lyndon B. Johnson Hospital, after the president of the U.S. at the time, I'm guessing. So, yay, the colonization, yeah. But because my dad was very physically abusive to my mom at the time, she divorced my dad while we were staying in Long Beach. And instead of leaving the country to get away from him, she did the second best option, which was move 8 of us to Anchorage, Alaska, of all places. Yeah, which is pretty much the same thing. as moving out of country. Yeah, it was only 8 of us because in the Samoan culture, one of the unspoken rules for having a lot of kids is I guess you leave one of them to a grandparent to help them out. And our dad decided to give our grandma on my mom's side our eldest sister, which was Libra 1. Yeah. And because she kind of internalized a lot of the why me questions, it's been hard for us to connect with her in our adulthood. And in fact, all 9 of us have only been together 2, maybe 3 times total in our whole lives. So yeah, we were lucky to have one family reunion, and that was one of the reasons why we were all together. But yeah, that's one of the downfalls to giving one of our siblings away. I don't know why that's something that happens commonly in Samoan culture. But a positive is that we're all still alive. So there's hope we can change that for the future. But it's going to take some time because a lot of us, including me, harbor a lot of feelings of animosity with certain siblings. So it's not looking like a reunion anytime soon, unfortunately. So yeah. But there he is. Where were you at?
Huh?
Where were you at?
Trying to look for some rocks.
Oh yeah. But yeah. All right, let me get back to my recording, Soli.
What?
Yeah, man. Back to moving to Alaska. Unfortunately,
No.
See, this is the shit I'm talking about, bro. Anyway, this is Manu, guys.
Hey, fuck you.
But anyway, back to the recording.
What are you recording?
So unfortunately, a lot of my memories didn't start back until I was in Anchorage, Alaska.
Lost Coast. Hey, where you going? Where my money at? Huh? You owe me $5, motherfucker. Huh?
So yeah, back. And this is why I record right here, because too many people be bothering me over there where I be recording over there. So that's why I never usually record over there, all right? But yeah, back to moving to Alaska. Unfortunately, the earliest memories I have started in Anchorage, Alaska. So I don't remember anything before that. And because mom was a single parent, taking care of 8 of us, she was constantly working 2 to 3 jobs, so she was never home. We lived in Anchorage, Alaska for 11 years. And because we could never keep a place for more than 1 year, we moved around Anchorage, Alaska at least 11 times. So yeah, I never really had like that sandbox friend from childhood. But the good thing was we knew a lot of people in Anchorage because of that. And when I was 5, we stayed with a black family that had a lot of kids as well, who were around our older siblings' age for like a month. And in that month, that's when I was SA'd. So yeah, trigger warning. This is a part where I get into some of the serious things that's shaped me as an adult. And one of the serious things, I think the most traumatizing experience was when I was SA'd at 5 years old. And it was 3 times by one of the sisters, and her name was Kimberly. The first time she had me kiss her, and then the other 2 times I remember her putting my head in between her legs. Yeah, that was at 5 years old, and I remember she was a heavier set female who had to be in her teens because she had already gone through puberty. So yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to tell my mom this until 4 years ago when I started to unpack all my childhood traumas. It was at a time where Libra 2 sister asked me, you know what happened to Kimberly, right? And I said, no, why would I? And that's when she said that Kimberly's dad went to prison for getting her pregnant. And it was at this time where in my heart, I had to forgive Kimberly because her people hurt people, you know? And I just regret not opening up about it sooner because I wouldn't have had harvested so much anger over the years. But honestly, the reason why I didn't open up about it throughout our childhood is because we were all traumatized kids growing up in a lot of toxic environments. So the older siblings, because mom was always gone, always had to watch us, so I didn't feel safe opening up about it with them because, for one, my siblings and I were like our worst enemies growing up. We just knew exactly what to say to each other to get under each other's skin, especially me because of my personal traumas, and I didn't want my siblings to use my SA as a crutch in time where we would argue or fight with one another. Like, for example, yeah, that's why you were touched when you were little. I just never wanted to hear that, right? So, as toxic as that sounds, that's how toxic we were. So, I never opened up about it to them. And because someone lustfully put me in this physical position to take advantage of me throughout my relationships, even just dating was like anxiety for me. Like I was kind of nervous. I was always nervous to be in relationships because I didn't know when I was put in that position. I just always remembered telling myself that I would never physically put myself in a position to force someone else to do something with me because of my lust, if that makes sense. So because I was SA'd at 5, like I didn't start dating until like I was in high school, and I didn't actually lose my virginity until I was 18. And the person I lost my virginity to was my actual late wife, which she was kind of like, we were kind of, you could say we were high school sweethearts, but she went to Long Beach, Jordan. I went to Long Beach Poly, so we were like rival high schools. But yeah, because she was my first and everything, it was very hard for me to actually leave when things got bad. And yeah, I'll get into that as I continue throughout my traumas and get into high school. But I just remember that that's one of the reasons why I only have 9 bodies to my name. I any girl that I've like desired or wanted to get with, I took my time with it, because when it comes to sharing my body, that's one of the traumas that I hold in deep, is because I usually share that trauma with the women I share my body with, just so they can understand what they're dealing with when it comes to how I am as a person and how I move in a relationship. So yeah, on that note, I never received therapy for my SA. I just feel like because I can't even open up to my family about it, why open up to a stranger? So yeah, at this point in my life, I just feel like I already forgave Kimberly, but this is my therapy, is sharing my story on here. I think just being able to share your traumas is a form of therapy that, you can actually express it to somebody. Unfortunately for me, the only people I opened up to about my SA was the women I shared my body with, which I don't think is fair for them. But at the same time, I feel like it's only right that they know they know what happened to me, so they can understand why I'm a certain way sexually, or why I'm a certain way in the relationship, just so they can get some understanding of how I move, and know that, they can kind of trust that I am not that kind of person to like feed off of my lustful ways. And then a part of me, I feel like how I internalized it is I got into watching porn, and that's kind of how I kind of dealt with my sexual desires and my lustful ways, was through porn. So I was very addicted to porn. Shit, even now I have a hard time not like wanting to rub it out every now and then. So yeah, it becomes one of those things where keeping it a secret kind of made me internalize my sexual desires in a way that was kind of unhealthy because of porn. So yeah, that's something that I've also am finding healing through in this journey. I'm not perfect. I still have a hard time not wanting to watch porn. So one of my goals is in August is to just be fat free. The longest I've actually went without watching porn was like for 9 months. That's the longest I've went since I've started watching porn. So yeah, that's something I'm wanting to help heal during this journey, is also my desire to watch porn. So yeah. So that's it for this video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sitting through this and being able to understand my perspective throughout some of the traumas that I've had to deal with, especially this one. So yeah. If this resonated with you, or if you ever feel comfortable to sharing yours, feel free to leave a comment. You don't have to. I'm just saying is that there's outlets and ways that you can open up and express yourself, and I'm hoping that this channel can be a safe space. But unfortunately, how people comment is not within my control, and I usually leave the negative comments on there so that way you can just see the different kinds of energies that come into my channel when I'm opening up and things like this. So yeah, like I said, this wasn't easy for me to share, but as I continue to open up and talk about my traumas, I'm able to actually find healing through it. And that's the reason why I'm sharing it all. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for being here and for sharing this space with me. And yeah, that's it for now. I appreciate y'all. Look for the next video. And yeah, mahalo from Hawaii.